Welcome, dear children. So today's topic would be the objects of verb. But before we start the topic, let us quickly recap whatever we have done in the topic verb so far. So we have discussed about the various verb forms. We have discussed about the main verbs, that is the regular, irregular verbs, and also the do verbs, have verbs, and be verbs that act as a main verb. We have also discussed about helping verbs and how do verbs, have verbs and be verbs act as helping verb. And we have also discussed about modal verb in short, right? So yes, this is about the verb. But now the topic that we are going to start would be the object of verb. So let's see what it is. Okay, so the topic, as we all know, is object of the verb, but before that we need to know the basic structure of a sentence, and we all know that the structure of a sentence is subject plus verb plus object. That is how a sentence is formed. Although object is not a compulsory element of a subject of a sentence may have an object, may not have an object, but a sentence should necessarily have a subject and a verb in order to make sense, and that we have already discussed. Now here, when we speak of verb, the verb tells us about the action, it tells us about the state, and it also tells us about the possession in a sentence, the possession that of anything or any person that the subject has, and also the state of the subject, the action that is done by the subject, right? And the action that is done are the verbs. We all know that. So verb can be action word, it can be the state, it can show the state, and it can show possession. And the doer of the action is of course the subject. We all know that. Now let us look at few example. Here it is given he packed the bag. He is the doer of the action, so it is the subject. Packed, since it's an action word and it is the verb. The bag is the object here. So we all know about this, that a sentence has a subject, a verb and an object. An object may be there, may not be there. Sometimes when there in a sentence there is no object, still it makes sense, like birds sing or the birds sang melodiously. So here we don't have any object, yet it is making complete sense. So entirely depends on the kind of a sentence that we have. But right now, since our topic is object of verbs, we are going to discuss in detail when a sentence has an object, what is it and how is it object of verb, and how many kinds are there. All these things we are going to cover. Now children, there's an activity before we start our topic, that is throw a dash dash dash. If you see here, there are 5 objects, right? And if you wish to throw any of these objects to any of your friend, you'll have to throw it, right? Suppose if I throw any of these objects and I choose maybe marker, and I throw this marker to my friend Priya. Okay, so what would be the sentence? Stuti threw Priya a marker, or I can also write Stuti threw a marker to Priya, right? So if you see the subject, who is the doer of the action? Stuti. So Stuti is the subject. What is the action being done? Threw, right? So threw is the verb, we all know. Now there are 2 objects here. One is marker, which Stuti threw, and the other is Priya, who received the marker, right? So she threw marker to whom? To Priya. So there are 2 objects here, and these both objects are object of verb because they both are affected by the verb, right? So in this way, we are going to throw each of these objects to our friends and see who is throwing what and who is receiving what. Okay, and then this will help you to understand what are the objects of verb and what are the objects that are getting affected by the action being done. Okay, now we'll move to another slide and we'll understand how these both objects are different. Okay, now in the previous slide we discussed Stuti threw a marker to Priya, or Stuti threw Priya a marker, right? And I told you all that there are 2 objects, one is Priya and one is the marker, right? and both of them are object of verb. So first and foremost, we should understand that any object in a sentence, when it is affected by the verb or the action, then it is object of verb. Like in the previous sentence or in the previous slide, when I told you Stuti threw Priya a marker, Stuti is throwing what? She is throwing marker. So marker is affected by throw. Second, she is throwing marker to whom? She is throwing marker to Priya. So that is also affected by the verb throw, right? So that is why these both are object of verb. Now object of verb can be divided into two categories. One is direct object and one is indirect object. What is direct object is what we are going to see here. Now the direct object as it states can be a noun, it can be a noun phrase, or it can be a pronoun. Now noun phrase is nothing wherein there is a group of word and it has a noun or an article or adjective. So that is a noun phrase without any verb, and a pronoun. Okay, so any of these three things, when they receive the action directly, then it is known as direct object of verb, and it is usually followed by the verb in a sentence. So like in the example that I gave you, Stuti threw Priya a marker. So what am I throwing? What is Stuti throwing? Marker. So marker is directly receiving the action, that is throw, and if you see, marker is coming after the verb throw, and hence it is direct object. There is one more trick and a simple funda of understanding, or of that will help you to understand whether an object is a direct object or an indirect object. In a sentence, first you have to identify the object, and then when you ask the subject and the verb of that sentence a question, what or whom, and if you get the answer of that object as your answer, if you get that object as your answer, then it is your direct object. Let me help you here with an example. Here the sentence that I had mentioned was Stuti threw Priya a marker, right? So what is the subject? Stuti. What is the verb? Through, right? So I will ask question to the subject and the verb here. Stuti threw what? The answer I am getting is marker, right? So here marker is direct object. First, because it is receiving the action directly. Second, it is coming after the verb. And third, most important thing is that it is answering the question what. Okay, or sometimes it can answer question whom also. So it, and the direct object can be a thing also, can be a person as well. Okay, now here the example, if you see in this slide, is given. She filled the water bottle. They bought a gift. Now in the first example, if I ask, she filled what? The water bottle. Now the water bottle is a noun phrase, as I told you, it's an article and a noun. And in the second one, if you say, see, they bought what? A gift. So a gift again is a noun phrase, article and a noun. So in both the cases, it is answering your question what, and that is why these both here, the water bottle and a gift, is a direct object. Now there's something else also that you should always remember. It's a very important point, that if in a sentence there is only one object, then it has to be direct object only. Blindly you can write it as direct object. It won't be an indirect object. Okay, why it won't be an indirect object, that we'll discuss in the next slide.